kind of an odd question right now, but it looks like the Clippers aren't going to have Kawhi for the rest of this year. They're not going to. It looks like Paul George could be shut down. And say the Clippers do make the playoffs and somehow Kawhi and PG are able to come back, and say they're like a 7th or 8th seed. Should the Clippers try to see what they can do? Or should they bring Kawhi and PG back, or just, keep them on the bench and hope to have a better next year?
I wouldn't be too optimistic about that. I think if you're the Clippers, I think you let some of these local Martinsons of the world, BJ Boston's, let those guys kind of develop. Terrence Mann, allow him to continue to develop, grow confidence this season. Use this year as a development year. You don't really have too much to play for, especially if they could potentially fall into like that play-in category. There's not going to be too. I don't think with the teams that for the Western Conference they can compete with them as of right now. And you also have to bring into consideration that Kawhi Leonard, he hasn't played all season. I understand Paul George, you've seen him for some time this year, and he at some point was playing at an MVP level. But, with Kawhi Leonard, you still kind of have to rekindle the chemistry with him and some of those guys on the roster. And judging by the fact that, he's coming off of a very gruesome injury, I would just much rather you wait, have him rehab this offseason and, just prepare him for next year.
Yeah, and they just brought him back too last year. I think it was like a 4-year, $179 million contract. Might have been 189 or 179 or 189, so somewhere around there. So they still have him for a few more years. But yeah, as much, I'm a huge Kawhi Leonard fan, but I feel like it's not worth it to go out, and especially if they're a 7th or 8th seed. Why even try to rush it? They're going to be a lot better next year when Kawhi and Paul George are both healthy.